Hello and welcome to the Power of Healing Your Energy, the show that's all about your light, your energy, your healing. And did you know depression and anxiety are a side effect of you not living your life intuitively, not trusting your gut, and the lost connections with self and others? And hello, fellow empaths. I'm Christine with 24 Karat Healing. I'm a medium, intuitive energy coach, old soul healer, and each week I have a guest or a subject, and this week is no different. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020. Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. Maria Fontana is my guest, and a little bit about her. Guiding spirited CEOs and transformational experts to create a Zen and profitable business, one business at a time. She is the multi-passionate entrepreneur, published author, intuitive business consultant, growth strategist, hairstylist, salon owner, educator, speaker with over 25 years of experience in getting purpose-driven results for her clients, all the while discovering their own innate gifts, power, and potential to be truly authentic, happy, successful, and thriving in a passionate, purpose-filled life and business. She's a light worker and a badass business sense. I love that. I really do. Her own experience as a successful entrepreneur of multiple 6+ figure businesses and salons, both brick and mortar and online, experience in the financial sector, education, have been the foundation of her knowledge and growth. Maria is passionate and certified in guided imagery meditation. I love that. I'm all about guided and seeing images and meditation. Her mindset practices stem from her spiritual connection to energy and lightwork. Plus, she's a certified NLP practitioner. And hello and welcome, Maria. So nice to see you. Hold on here. Looks like we're having a little bit of a glitch here. Just give me a sec. Here we go. And off we go. Come on. There I am. There we go. Hello, everyone. If you're here, say hello. Let us know where you're from. There you are. Oh, my goodness.
I appeared.
You magically appeared, yes. And I've known you for about 2 years because I started my journey, becoming spiritually aware and opening up to my gifts and all that good stuff and healing all of my traumas and et cetera, et cetera. And I found you and I've been following you for 2 years. And I'm like, okay, I love your personality. I love your no BS. I love that you're a straight shooter and that you help other people. So I'm like, I got to bring this lady on for the first show of 2020.
Yes. Let's get the year started off on a right foot because honestly, it's all a choice, right?
Yes.
So thank you for having me. I'm totally honored. And yeah, you know what? I started my journey about 18 years ago spiritually when I hit a brick wall. And it was either get up and get help or die. So I chose to get up and get help. I love the saying, don't wait for the light to turn on. I turn that bitch on myself because it was either, get the light and turn it on yourself or, you're not going to find your way.
That's true. Very true. So we're going to talk a little bit about the power of light work. So I guess how have you merged that into your daily life, into your business, for your clients? What does that look like?
So what it looks like for me is, and I think every single one of us has a different viewpoint, a different perception of it. And really whatever that looks like to you is correct for you. And there's nothing wrong with that, I believe. I think we all have to really hone in on what feels good to us. And once again, it's what it feels. It's not our logical mind. It's the feeling, the heart center that is I call it the GPS. That's telling me where I need to go because it knows exactly what's right for me. So I started out with light work and seeing angel lights and seeing all different kinds. I actually physically see angels and beings of light since I was a kid.
Wow.
I'd be on the swing set in my backyard and I would see images of angels sitting on the roof of the house or, kind of hanging out next to my dog. And of course, no one believed me. So fast forward, and all that was quelled. And this is something that I think a lot of us in our 40s, 50s, 60s, people weren't that aware and they were afraid. And they were all doing the best they could at what they knew how. So what happened was, even if they might have thought I was really seeing angels, because of their own fears and their own beliefs, they quieted our intuition. Mine was quieted. Don't say that, because I always knew without knowing. I would just know stuff.
Yes.
It's, and I don't have a special power or gift. Mine is just fine-tuned from using it, honoring it, and listening to it. And every single one of us has that. That's the beauty. There is not one human being that is not born with that light in their soul. We all have that GPS. It's a matter of really allowing it and allowing it to shine.
Yes.
And accepting that first instinctual thing when you ask your divine feminine, because that's your subconscious. When you ask yourself a question like, what should I be doing? What do I need to do? Show me the way. That first thing you get, that's the right answer. It's when we start second guessing and start using the rational mind. Oh, well, if I name myself an intuitive business coach, what are they going to say? What are they going to think? It may discredit me. And then all the voices and all the bullshit from the outside world and, all the nonsense will shut you down again. So I got off the subject here because I get so excited about it. So what happened is, with Lightwork, I just intuitively knew. I would just imagine showers of light from angels coming to me, coming down through my head. The first experience I had, I was about 8 years old. I was hospitalized. I had to have surgery. And in the hospital, I physically saw angels. Physically saw angels. Like, again, they weren't like dressed up people with big clothes like the typical way. It was just energetic beings of light that were actually honing. I felt warm, like delicious showers of light on my body. Now, I was only like 8 years old, so I thought I was dreaming. But as I got older, I realized anytime I asked for help, I got it. Guidance, a feather, a coin. I'm walking down the street. I'm like, oh, show me a sign. What do I need? All of a sudden I see like a heart-shaped leaf in a tree that I pass every day when I'm walking. I'm like, wait a minute, that wasn't there yesterday. Just
That's for you. That's for you.
Yeah, another experience. I was at Barnes and Noble many years ago when I, hit rock bottom with depression and not feeling well, and after I had my daughter, blah blah blah. And this big, beautiful. Now I'm a big woman. I'm like 5'9". I'm not like skinny. I'm a nice
like me
size girl.
Yeah.
And this lady was huge next to me. Like, I was like, oh my God. But I was like, not right. So fast forward, this beautiful, buxom blonde woman with this big blonde hair, she hands me this book. She goes, this is what you need. And I was kind of annoyed because I wasn't awake. I wasn't where I am today. I had just started working on myself. So I was like, what the hell does she want? Like, who are you? And I turned around and I have this book in my hand and she left. That was the beginning of my journey. It was Sanaya Roman, The Joy of Living with Purpose. I can't remember the exact name of the book. I still have a copy on my nightstand. It was about light, and it was about angels, and it was about connecting to our higher purpose. So I incorporate all this stuff, helping people heal, grow personally, professionally in their business also, because I really work with, like you read that great announcement. So the bottom line is, I'm a light worker with a badass sense and business, 33 years business experience. So I marry those two.
And that's beautiful, because usually it's always the analytical side, results and what are the numbers, and we got to make tons of money, and we don't care if we're miserable and overweight and stressed out and ready for the rubber room for the weekend. Hey, but we got lots of money. I just want to say hi to a few folks. Liz is saying spot on. We all have that GPS.
Hey, Liz.
And Lynn is saying hello as well. Share this out, guys. Share this out to your friends. Share this out to maybe fellow entrepreneurs, or some of your ladies that are looking to start a business, or maybe start their spiritual path, their spiritual journey. Maria has, like you said, loads and loads of information. So we want to get that out to everybody. Let us know where you're from as well. If this is your first time, if you're on the replay as well, we will answer all questions. We don't
make
leave
sure
you
you give us
hanging.
hashtag replay, hashtag live, share with your friends. My passion, guys, I came out here today because I wanted to share, because I love Christine. She's a doll. I think she's an earth angel myself.
Oh my goodness.
When we connected, she was starting on her journey of entrepreneurship also. And the passion lies that as a light worker, I had brick and mortar businesses that had nothing to do with light work, had nothing to do with intuition. I owned salons, spas, I had a cab company, I had a beauty supply. It had nothing to do with my life purpose. But once I started to realize I wanted to share my spiritual gifts and my offline business experience and marry it, my goal was to help all the healers, integrative practitioners, people who, light workers, holistic practitioners, Reiki healers, mediums, psychics, anyone who's working with that guided spirit, with those beings of light, in whatever realm you're using it, to bring those gifts out to the world, guys, especially if you're a woman, over 40, maybe you got divorced. Maybe you have to restart your life like I did. Maybe you have to reinvent yourself. Maybe you need a side hustle. Maybe you need more cash for your kid to go to college. Why not take your gift and your passion, package that up into a beautiful business and start healing the world with what you're meant to do? Because if you're on here watching us, you know damn well you're here to help us raise the vibration. We are all here to do this together. That's why I met Christine. That's why I'm talking to you. And I refuse to hide that. That's why I came out about my spirituality 3 years ago. And against all, I fired all my mentors. I fired all my coaches because everyone wanted me to keep that quiet. They were like, yeah, but you're a businesswoman. That's going to discredit you.
Oh, Lord.
It was making me physically sick because, why can't I marry these? So when I fired everyone and just followed my truth, my business exploded. And that's how Zen and Profits was born. My methodology to marrying intuition, spiritual work, light work, healing into growing a practice with little or no money, guys. So if you have little or no money, trust me, you can do it because I did.
Yes. And you know what, I benefit from, and she does walk the walk and talk the talk. She shares so much, so many tips. She goes live at least once a day, I'm pretty sure. And you're always sharing all these tips and PDFs, and she gives a ton of value and content. She's not like, oh yeah, I'll help you for, right away, like X amount of dollars. It's interesting that, you are here to make money. I get that. But at the same time, I think there's a fine line with that. You have to work with someone like and trust. And that's how you built your business.
Yeah, and I believe that to be true. And I have to be honest, guys, what has happened? The whole online space has kind of contorted. I was actually sharing with this Christine earlier. It's kind of contorted the word spirituality slightly. It's contorted marrying business and entrepreneurship and all this stuff. Unfortunately, because there's a lot of what I call Insta coaches. People that come on, they take a course and then they just start duplicating stuff and are promising people a bunch of bullshit. It's not real sustainable business practices. And I have to say, I feel sorry for those people. And they are, unfortunately, taking advantage of a lot of people. So if you have an instinct or a desire in your soul to start a conscious business, to start a spiritual practice, to start a holistic practice, whatever that looks like to you. I mean, I've helped everyone from a Reiki healer to a construction worker who decided he was going to do access bars because it was something he had done once. And this guy was like, I usually work with women, but I was like, all right, I'll help you. And again, you can do anything you want. The whole key to this is to really find someone, a mentor. And like I said, you guys can follow me on my regular Facebook page, on my business page, my YouTube channel. You can join my Zen and Profits for Spiritual CEOs group. It's free. I give tons of value. You could just follow me, watch videos like Christine said. I really want to help you because the bottom line is that's my energy. And by helping everyone awaken and seeing that it's possible, I wrote 2 books. People were like, oh, yeah, you're going to write a book, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, I did. I published 2 books by myself.
Yep.
right? Love and Light
Mm-hmm.
and Business is a Spiritual Thing. They're both on Amazon. They're both selling because they're topics no one wants to talk about. And it's my truth. So you can do that. If you have a dream of writing a book, I can help you do that. I can show you how to get that done. It's so doable, so easy to do. You just have to get your voice and really decide what you want to do to make your magic and your mission known.
Exactly. Don't die with the music still in you, as Leo Tolstoy would say, via Wayne Dyer. I had to watch Wayne before I went on the show. He inspires me so much.
I love him.
Yeah, I love him. Robin says you came out, and she's laughing there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
true because, right, Chrissy, a lot of, I was brought up in a certain, lifestyle, a certain cultural way. I'm Italian, first generation.
Mm-hmm.
So like the minute you start talking about certain stuff, I'm from New Jersey. They're like, what are you freaking nuts? But I have to tell you something. I've had more people, which moves me and it makes me so happy. So many people that message me, people I went to high school with, people that knew me my whole life. They're like, Maria, can you help me? I call it they become spiritually bi-curious. And all of a sudden, even if they start working with me and they never, ever thought that they were spirit, they are, because we all are. We're all spiritual beings. There's no label to it. And every single human's different. So what, like Christine's gifts are one. My gifts are different. Your gifts might be different, but we all have them. Yes, it's going to empower us. Guess what, guys? You have the power inside you in your heart center to empower yourself.
You do, and you just have to believe it, and it's a practice, and it takes work, and there seems to be a lot of fear as well, I guess, to anything new, because we like to stay in our comfort zone, and hey, I'm sure we all do it, right?
Yeah. I can share with you when I started on my healing journey, and I started especially my online practice, what happened was, I remember one of my healers saying to me, Maria, as you grow and evolve, a lot of people are going to get pissed off, and you may lose a lot of friendships, and things are going to change. Your relationships are going to change. So what happens is you have to remember energetically, if you're evolving to here, the people who are not, what's going to happen? I always remember that. So you can love them from a distance.
Yes, of course.
You can still change up your relationships with them. Send them always love and light.
Yes.
You are going to have to go through these processes to be able to really stand in your own power and be honest to yourself. And your intuition knows whatever your gut tells you is your truth. Your truth is not what everyone else tells you.
No.
And you'd be surprised how many women come to me with their business. Yes, tons of naysayers out there, no lack of them. True, but it's your responsibility and your choice to figure out who you're going to surround yourself with.
Exactly.
If someone's negative to me on Facebook, delete, goodbye. If someone, any kind of, it's okay. You don't have to like me. That's okay. I have plenty of people who love me and I love myself. So it doesn't matter. We will automatically attract our own tribe.
Definitely. No, and I totally resonate with that. I think, I know for myself that we were programmed right from, an early age. You got to think this way. You got to follow the pack. Don't think outside the box. Oh, but think outside the box, but this box particularly. Right. And if you speak up or say anything, then, oh gosh, I'm sure you've heard these labels: troublemaker, sensitive. What's wrong with you? You're crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. I lost my mind and I woke up. How about you?
Yeah.
Anyways.
And that's how my journey started. Yeah. I hit rock bottom after my daughter was born 18 years ago. I wound up getting divorced. I had no support. Of course, the circle around me was not supportive, lost everything. But I gained everything. I lost everything materialistically, but what I gained, would not be the person I am today, healing, helping. And what I do is in my practice, when I'm helping, spiritual entrepreneurs, spiritual CEOs, conscious CEOs really get their businesses off the ground or to scale, we do a lot of intuitive work. I do a lot of light work with them so I'll just show you quickly how I do light work. I
Okay.
just make sure my feet are on the ground barefoot, which I'm barefoot right now. I mean, I could be sitting here in my underwear. You guys wouldn't even know it, but that's okay. I'm not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. It doesn't matter, right? And I just close my eyes and I simply just ask whoever's on duty. That's what I say. I say, whoever's on duty, whatever being is of light are on duty, because I really have no preference. I need a shower of light to heal me or give me direction or show me what to do, whatever that may look like. And while I'm doing that, I imagine like when fireworks explode and they all shimmer down like this, and all that warm light. And every time I do it, the light may be a different color. Sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's lavender. It'll just naturally come to whatever it is you need. And your interpretation of that is your own. Like I feel if it's violet, it's peace. If it's green, it's healing. If it's pink, I needed love and tenderness, whatever that may look like too. If it's gold, I may have just needed vision from the universe.
Yes.
And I allow all of that light to shower through my body, travel down my arms, travel down my chest. If there's some particular area of my body that's feeling discomfort, I will actually do an exercise where that light goes counterclockwise. Now, once again, this is just something that just I do. No one taught me this. And it goes counterclockwise, and it will wash away whatever pain I have or ailment. And then I allow it to move through my body and exit through my feet into the universe as if it's shooting out. And as it shoots out a different color. And that different color is it's taking everything that doesn't belong there. Once I finish that exercise, and I just ask the universe and the angels to cover me in all-knowing, healing white light, and I just take it all in. And I just do it as long as it feels good. It could be a minute, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 5 minutes.
And that's works. Beautiful. It's like you could see that as guided imagery. You could see that as body scanning, aura scanning, chakras. I mean, everyone's got whatever, it works for you. That's what you use, or grounding, and that's, I think, taking a few minutes for yourself in quiet and just sitting with your body. Because a lot of times we just go. Right. And then, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up and you do it again. And you're like, okay, what's going on here? I feel like I'm on the proverbial treadmill. When do I get off? And that's where you can sink into depression, anxiety, and other issues.
I mean, I don't ever claim to be a medical doctor or be able to heal anxiety or depression, but I've had clients who've worked with me because I've been there myself.
Yes.
And, the first thing we do when we start a session, if it's on the phone or it's live one-on-one, or if it's on Zoom like we are now, first thing we do is we just relax and ground ourselves. And I just feel into their energy. And the truth of the matter is, if I have something that I'm dealing with prior to me being with my client, I make sure I allow at least a half hour of time for me to clear my own crap.
Oh, yes. I did that.
My crap to the table.
That's right.
I'm not being of service to them or of me, because I can't show up in my right energy, where it's going to be off alignment and they're not going to get what they deserve. And it's wrong of me to even show up like that.
Yeah, and you're definitely honoring yourself, and then you're honoring your client, and you're honoring the universe as well. I mean, it's a whole honoring of being present and being the presence.
Absolutely.
It's a responsibility. I take it in high regard, definitely. And if you're also not feeling well, or you're feeling off, I feel it's very important to rebook with someone. Yeah, because I don't want to give you 50%. I want to give you 100 or 1,000%.
Absolutely.
So taking that time for self-care, that's another one. I think as ladies, we tend to put everybody else ahead of ourselves. And then,
I laugh. What does self-care mean? I'll tell you what self-care means. I had to be, now it's 6:00 p.m.
Yes.
In the East Coast. I usually cook dinner every night. That's what I'm about. We have a family meal. So self-care meant to me, well, if I had to rush and cook dinner, I couldn't be looking good, showing up on camera, doing what I think. When I cook, I put on like my friggin' tank top and throw my hair up in a bun. So I said, you know what? this is something people need to remember. Self-care doesn't just mean getting a pedicure, getting a facial. Self-care means honoring your soul. So I checked in with myself this afternoon. I'm like, what do I need today? Today, I need to make my afternoon really simple and really I need to really do what makes me happy. So I didn't work for the past 2 hours. I lit my bergamot candle, which is right next to me. I did some reading. I did some catching up on stuff that just was what I needed to do. And I made sure there was other arrangements for dinner, which were out of the ordinary, because usually I don't do anything in the evening, because that's part of my self-care ritual. I don't commit to things after 4 p.m. except my red wine.
Nice.
I'm drinking water right now. So these are silly things that people sometimes like, you know what, I never thought of that. Like just saying no is self-care in business. Just saying, you know what? No, it's not about getting my hair done today. It's just about rearranging what I'm going to do that's going to work for me. Oh yeah, I'm not going to my mother's house for dinner because every time I go there, a war breaks out. I think I'm going to start inviting my mother out for a coffee at noon at Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, this is just examples how you can make tiny little changes to honor yourself. And that it's in itself, the more you honor yourself, I have to tell you, the more you will hear your intuition, because all this jargon clouds it. It's like, remember like the old school TV sets with all the
the fuzz, the noise.
The noise, that's all outside elements clouding our intuitive gifts.
Yeah.
And we all have them.
Yeah. And anyone that says, oh, meditation, I don't have time for that. You know what? You're never going to find that that intuitive piece that's always there. It's there. You have to take that time for yourself. Lynn is asking, so what if you've been asking your angels and guides for help and you don't feel like anything's happening? Do you just trust that something's being done in the background? So this is what I found too, and I share with everyone, because especially when I'm working with people in the business realm, they're like, yeah, but I really need this now. You can't ask for things to be delivered the way you think they should be delivered. My client the other day said, I really need new appliances. Okay. Her fridge broke. The next day she had to buy a new fridge. Was it the way, did it happen the way she planned? No. But the universe said, I'm going to get you. So her angels, the universe, whoever it was, delivered. Yes.
Something's always being done. What I find is you have to really be a little bit more loving and kind to yourself and stop having expectations that things are going to be delivered a certain way.
Yes.
If you pay more attention to what's going on around you, you'll notice the little things that you didn't see. Like I said to you the other day, the leaf that was shaped like a heart that I pass that same tree every day. I'm like, wait a minute. Now, like, how did that? And then today I walked by there with my dogs. I'm like, it wasn't there. I'm like, am I delusional? So that's I think the trick is let go of your expectations. Stop waiting for everything to be delivered in that blue Tiffany box, because that's just how you think it should be delivered. If you really release and allow, and I would just keep saying to the angels, show me the direction. Show me what I need to know. Give me guidance.
Yes, definitely. And patience. I used that word yesterday with a client, patience. And her eyes lit up because she knew. Because just how she was talking. And I asked your collective, like your guides, your angels, what
I'm going to remind you, which Christine, you probably agree with me on this. Another thing I found myself guilty of, and a lot of my clients, and it's not guilty, I hate that word, but the truth is we're guilty of it because we're doing it. That, see, angels, the universe, the law of attraction, any energetic works on free will. But if you're subconsciously resisting that because of fear, then you are saying you want one thing, but you're energetically vibrating at a different vibration.
Definitely.
So, like, I can't explain it. I had one client who actually kept saying she didn't want something. She didn't want something, but she was so obsessed with not wanting something that she kept attracting more of it. Because in her heart, that's something she was attracting was keeping her in a safe comfort zone.
Yes, that's right.
And it sounds so complicated, but when you just take time to be quiet, and when we talk about meditating and This was a struggle for me when I first started meditating 18 years ago, because I'm a busybody, I'm active, I'm a Gemini, I'm a doer. So for me to connect to divine feminine, I had to really figure out alternative methods. So you know what I started to do? These are just some tips and tools. I'm a big fan of, I always have different beta, alpha, binaural beat music in the background. You can go right on YouTube, it's free. I just look, what do I need today? Block negative energy, raise my, okay, I just keep that in the background. And it's a subliminal meditation while I'm just doing what I'm doing. It really shifts. And also on my phone, I think one is Power of Intention. There's a whole slew of, again, subliminal meditations. You just put the headphones in, go to sleep. I never make it past walking down these plush stairs. I have no idea what happens after that because I fall asleep. But guess what? My subconscious does. And Kelly Howell is another great, not CDs, but now it's MP3s.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, if you can't really, she has like short little meditations that are like 2 to 3 minutes. You slowly get yourself, it's like working out your arms. If you want biceps and you never worked out or did sit-ups, you're going to have to start slow. In spiritual work, right? It's the same thing. Just start slow and be like, how can I make this work for me? So you're not into sitting a half hour. You don't have to sit like a yogi with your legs full. No, just sit somewhere.
Yeah, I usually lay down. Actually, that's me.
Yeah, me too.
I very rarely. The only time I sit is when I'm doing yoga and they want, it's part of the practice. But other than that, I'm laying down. I'm like, forget it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have questions for the lovely Maria about your business, starting a business?
Yeah. Starting, scaling, growing, doing anything with your business. I mean, if you have any questions after this, just share them with Christine. I'll be glad to message her and answer them back or in this thread. I also have another great little tip for you guys. This is great for business and for life. It's a little twist on your gratitude journal. Something I learned from one of my healers. It's really quick. This is especially great for someone who says, I have no time to journal or do gratitude.
Yeah.
Before you get out of bed in the morning, as soon as your brain wakes up, I want you, the first thing you're going to think about is what feels good right now. This morning, the smell of espresso next to my head that my husband brought in. Yesterday, the warmth of my foot, the feeling of my warm blanket. You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Whatever feels good at that second. Then you're going to think of your second thing. What felt really good in your past? What are you grateful for in your past? So, and it's going to be the first thing that comes to mind. Third thing, you're going to think of what's going to feel really good and what do you see happening that you're going to be grateful for in the future. Depositing a check for 20 grand for doing a speaking gig. I'm just telling you what I said this morning. So, and then once I get up out of bed, I'll just write those 3 things. That's my gratitude journal. For 21 days, if you do that, you're going to see miracles happen because you are feeling, remember guys, feeling what it feels like, not thinking.
Exactly. And I think that's what gets us tripped up is the thinking part. And then the ego gets involved and says, well, it's got to be done by this time. And why isn't it done? Well, you're a failure. Oh, here we go. There's that loop again, right? So
yeah, I tell my ego, I'm like, listen, thanks, but shut the hell up. Thank you for trying to help me out, but I'm not listening. So what I want to share with your beautiful, beautiful audience is this. If you're thinking of starting a spiritual practice, a healing practice, if you're a service provider, transformational expert, a coach, whatever that may look like to you, your business practice, offline and online, I do both. I want you to visit me at zenandprofits.com. I have a program that even if you're on a super tight budget and you're just starting out, guys, you can work with me for $97 a month. You get full access to my whole online course and library. And Christine could tell you the kind of products I produce. I give you everything I ever used. I give you 100 email to anything you need for your business. I share everything with you in that Learning Academy. Plus, you're going to get 2 live calls in our private Facebook group where we do interactive just like this. I get you in a Zoom call. Everyone gets a turn. I help you with your businesses. It's only $97 a month. It's the best deal in the world. Plus, you get intuitive, personalized. We work on mindset. We work on energy work. It's very personalized to what your needs are. So if you want to get your business going and you're on a budget, this is a great way to check out what I do If you want to just hop on a call with me, listen, just book a call with me too. You could just talk to me for 15 minutes. We could figure out what your game plan needs to be. And sometimes just the phone call could really help you get clarity as to where you need to go. Don't be shy. I welcome you. I want you to ask me questions. I am here for all of you. So just remember, you can find me on zenandprofits.com or mariafontana.com very easily, or I'm all over Facebook. So not that hard to.
And we'll put the links up after. And Kimberly is saying hello. And yes, Lynn, we're going to put the links up.
Anything I could share with you?
Robin is asking. Oh, she's learning to make bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. She wants to sell them and donate the percentage. Okay. Oh, that's a very nice venture.
What do you do first? So I would suggest hop on a call with me because we can figure out, it all depends on what your vision is. How big do you want this business? Like, what is it going to look like to you? How many are you going to produce? Do you want to sell them online? Do you want to sell them at Etsy? Do you want to sell them in a Shopify store? Do you want to sell them locally at, local events or local holistic events or whatever those, whatever resonates with what you're selling. So you're saying they're more professional looking. So maybe you might want to sell them to corporate women who have had cancer or have a loved one that had cancer, or, there's so many marketing strategies that you could sell with love and integrity. So I'd love to call you. Don't be shy. Just book a call with me. We can figure it out, and I can give you some tips and tools and anything I have that I can help you get going. It just depends on what you want. So it's hard for me to gauge just talking to you because everyone's needs are different and everyone's vision of a business is different too. So you let me know because it's very personalized and I'll be happy to answer that for you. I hope that was good.
And congrats on making the bracelets. I mean, just doing something that you love is a meditation in itself and can be very healing. So congrats on that, Robin.
Post a picture of your bracelets under this in this thread. That way we can have an idea of what you're doing, and maybe some of our audiences will be interested in what you do. That's called collaborating.
Yeah.
Robin, it's awesome talking to you. You're welcome.
Yes, definitely. That's amazing. So I'm going to wrap it up here in a few minutes, but is there anything else that you wanted to share with the audience? I guess, what's in regards to starting a business, I guess, are you seeing any trends?
The trends is this. The trend is to really be yourself. People who zig when everyone else is zagging, do not do what you see everybody else doing online. Just do not do that because you will fail. That is my first opinion. The second thing is really you have to follow, again, your intuition, and it has to resonate with you. Here's an example. If you are a hairdresser and you like working alone and you really can't stand being a team player and you don't like camaraderie and you don't like gossip, well, then guess what? Are you going to go work for a high-level salon that's got 50 operators, 50 stylists, it's corporate run? Are you going to go work for Ulta? Or are you going to go open up your own private little studio that you could do your own thing and be in your own space?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? You have to honor you. So when I start working with you, we go backwards. I figure out, what do you want your life to look like? Okay, how many hours a week you want to work? What's your family life like? What are your obligations? What feels good to you? Because it's not just about a business. It's about your life. And then we do the math and we figure out backwards. If you need to replace your job, this is the part people like, I can't believe I was making such little money. And when you start doing the math, and I said, okay, we figure out what you need to make, how many clients you need to see, and you go backwards and do all the strategy part of it. It's like, oh, so it's really, right. People just forget about the math. They forget about the whole, what has happened is people forget about the business part of it where you need a plan. Yes, we want to share our gifts. Yes, we want to do all these great things, but you have to have a plan. And that plan has to be customized to you, your lifestyle, what you want. Do you like going on vacation 2 months out of the year? Do you want to work only on the computer? Do you again, it's so personalized that it's not cookie cutter. And you, I know, can vouch for that because you've been following me long enough that nothing cookie cutter is going to work. And there's a million ways to market, a million ways to strategize. It has to be customized to you.
Definitely. And and collaborate and support other women that are, in the same space. There is no competition. The
Nope.
only, you're basically judging,
Yeah,
yourself if you're doing that. So,
absolutely.
I welcome, and I always, if I'm looking for new guests from my show, so I always throw that out there. I'm part of a lot of, networking environments, because someone, if I come across you and someone says, I need this certain type, I know the perfect person. Her name's Maria, right?
Thank you.
So
And likewise. And the truth is, guys, in business and in real business, collaborating and referring are the two most powerful, ethically correct, with integrity marketing tools you will ever find.
Definitely.
And I love Christine, because like me, she shows up, and I always say you could see the light in our eyeballs when we're talking to you online. I am talking directly to you, and so is she. We feel your energy, and we're sharing our good with you because we want to see you really move forward, whatever that may look like to you personally or professionally.
Yeah.
So don't be hard on yourself, and remember, meet yourself where you're at and just start from there.
And your journey starts with one step. It's not 10,000. I got to do them all right now. No, whoa.
No.
I think that a lot of us think, okay, well, I should be an overnight success by now. Or, look at that person online. How come they're, you know what? It's a smoke show. It is.
Listen, it's a bunch of bullshit. Don't believe any of it. I've seen enough people who claim to be like high end, and I'm like, what? Like, guys, focus on yourself. And, again, I know I'm getting off the subject, but be very mindful of social media. I would only spend my time. I only spend 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night on business. But once you follow me a while, it looks like I'm always on there. I'm not. I have everything very strategically planned out. I only spend time where it nourishes my soul. I am not in 50 million groups unless it nourishes my soul or nourishes my business, where I can give back and they give back to me. Robin's laughing.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's an energy sucker, and it's going to derail you. It's going to derail your alignment. It's going to derail your energy, and it's going to make you feel like you're an imposter and not good enough, which is, quite frankly, the number one problem. Every single person that comes to me, it's funny, when we start deep diving, everyone's like, they feel like they're not good enough. They feel like an imposter, and it's because the damn social media blasting. So it's your job to take good care of yourself and stay away from it to a point. Be rational. Make a schedule. Like, you know what am I using this for? It's got to be a force for good, the way we're using it right now, not a force for stressing yourself out.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I
And
I've
learned all of that along the way too. And,
and it's probably why I'm probably one of the few last men standing in your social media circle. Because I do people. I do see what's going on. I make sure, like, it's not about gimme, and it's just not that way. It doesn't work like that, guys.
No. And you know what? Your first gut feeling, instinct feel, when we all have it, you go with that. I mean, I can look at someone's picture and I'm like, within 5 seconds, nope, not for me. Next. But I would always dismiss it. But now I'm like, you know what? Heck, I love this. It's like a game. It's like, anyways.
I know it is. I just saw a flash of light go by. I don't know if you guys, you probably don't know if you could, it probably didn't show in there, but I just saw like a little light go by. I was like, ooh. So the angels are with us. We are energetically surrounded.
Oh yeah, totally. So it looks like I don't have any more questions.
Right, and does anyone else have questions? If not,
then I am going to, wish everyone a wonderful evening, and thank you again, Maria, for coming on. If you're on the replay, please ask. If you have anything, please ask. If you're looking for something, please ask.
Absolutely.
And hold on.
I'm going to add this, and listen, if anyone wants a free copy of my book, Love and Light, or Business is a Spiritual Thing, I have two. I'll send you the digital download. Just comment below. Make sure you put #live, #replay for Christine, and I will make sure I send that right over I'll send it right to your messenger inbox tomorrow. Don't be shy.
Beautiful, Christine.
My friend. Very important, guys. Clean up your list.
If you look at honestly, if you look at someone and you're like, you know what? It's online. It's not, you know what? If they're meant to be in your life, they would be in your life for a reason. And sometimes it's for a season, and I'd say more times it's for a lesson. Any type of relationship you're in is going to be a mirror of something that is going on here. So,
and sometimes it stings when you have to address that.
Oh, heck yeah. Especially if you're highly sensitive. I've learned that, again, the hard way. Thanks for the information. And it looks like Robin is looking for a copy, of course. Amazing.
Absolutely. So I'll make sure I look at the thread afterwards, and I'll make sure I get into your inbox. If by some crazy reason I don't get to you, make sure you just hunt me down and make sure I get those to you.
All right. Well, I want to wish everyone a beautiful evening. And Maria, it was, I learned a lot. I'm sure everyone else did as well. Please comment and share this out if you found this valuable, or even share this out with someone who is maybe a little shy and they're not sure. But hey, sharing is caring, as always.
That's right.
And hey, guys, I want to wish you, an amazing week. This is our first week of January, really?
Yeah.
Don't get hung up on any resolutions. Just find an intention and a feeling and go with it.
Yes,
and hey,
no resolutions, intentions, feelings, that's it. And let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
No one, make believe it's August 10th. No one gives a shit. Just do that.
And please remember, everyone,
profits.com.
Yes.
Love you all. Love and light.
Love and light, and healing begins where the ego ends, guys. Take care.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you.